Neo San Francisco, 2064 AD. The world thrives on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology. Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair and enhancement of almost any part of a human body. Millions of people jack into virtual worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology. Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day. However, some can't keep up with the fast-paced changes around them. They say that ROMs, now commonplace thanks to Parallax, are leading humans to a place where we can never come back, losing the survival skills that we have relied on for millennia. Relationship organizational managers are compiled with virtual intelligence and can seem human-like in their interactions. But despite the marketing hype, at their core, they are only brainless machines. Organizations, like the Human Revolution, seek to slow the relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will make us lose the very things that make us human. High above the rising tension below, a Parallax engineer has blurred the line even further. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
Richie, already with the CTT. Jesus.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Thank you for checking in. I will need to do some edits for this because it's very loud. And I want to make sure. 2064. Read-only memories. By Midboss. Game. I have to. If I type the link to Twitch, Twitter eats the stupid thing. That's fair.
Neo San Francisco, 2064 AD. The world thrives on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology.
Let's sit and listen.
Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair and enhancement of almost any part of a human body. Millions of people jack into virtual worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology. Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day. However, some can't keep up with the fast-paced changes around them. They say that ROMs, now commonplace thanks to Parallax, are leading humans to a place where we can never come back, losing the survival skills that we have relied on for millennia. Relationship organizational managers are compiled with virtual intelligence and can seem human-like in their interactions. But despite the marketing hype, at their core, they are only brainless machines. Organizations, like the Human Revolution, seek to slow the relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will make us lose the very things that make us human. High above the rising tension below, a Parallax engineer has blurred the line even further. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
Wow, spooky. Yeah, so the reason I'm playing this game is because I'm looking at my Steam list and I'm seeing a lot of games that like I've played like maybe an hour, but I really haven't played much in, including this game. So like, I'm making a resolution. It won't happen in a year, I'm telling you that much. But I'm going to play every single game on my Steam list to completion. If the game can be beaten, if the game can give me a credit sequence for beating it, I'm gonna try to beat it. I'm excluding games like Subnautica and stuff like that from the... I'll play them, but I'm not gonna try to play them to completion. I'm excluding games like that because they're not like a super story-based game. They're more of like a survival game, and those games can take you, I mean, months to complete. And I don't want to like have a dedication of months to complete a game, you know? Home sweet home. Okay, maybe not so sweet. Musty might be a better descriptor. You don't know exactly what that ooze is, only that it seems to be growing day by day. Running water might just make it worse. Your ID card. Don't stick it in there! You're certainly not going to be the one to reach inside that to retrieve it. You ask the blob in the sink not to loiter, but it bubbles up at you. Well, yeah, it shouldn't loiter. A stack of papers for your unpublished novel. Careful, that's a load-bearing poster. Pen on paper is the most tangible method, but if you're gonna be so sloppy, maybe going digital would be a good goal. No, your principal's whining too much at the thought. Would Hemingway go full digital if he were here in 2064? Probably. Probably. Despite the smell, keep the window open. Better to have gross air than no air. Besides, the window's broken. Everyone loves a vertical sliding window. Slide currently broken. Window being propped up by a book. Maintenance request pending. This light nothing really open right now. I guess we'll chill on my computer. I'm gonna record a Let's Play! Lappy's a bit lost. Missed it. You have an article due tonight. Better finish it before bed. Before you can review the GX Ultra Beats, you must become one with the GX Ultra Beats. Where did you put those damn headphones anyway? Okay, so we gotta log out. See a bottle of mustard and a carton of spoiled milk, which has developed an odor. Maybe the spoiled milk has one more good day on it. Maybe. Oh, it's gross. No thank you. Oh, there's the beats. Let's grab them. Headphones. Add it to items. Items. There's a new product review on. They're smart headphones, so you should be able to use them with some things lying around your apartment. GX Ultra Big sync automatically as you start to watch a live concert from Oakland. I believe I can review the GX Ultra Beats now. You should try out the GX Ultra Beats a little more before you write a review for them. What? Take a sip of the old style coffee. The letters F and K seem clear as day. It's also really gross. Lips Live is a paid service, but that doesn't mean there aren't ads in between ads, even ads for Lips Live. You can hear the sink gurgling in high def. And that should be enough testing for the headphone review. Your accountability remains intact. Right away! Mojo, I'm having a tweet conversation with one of the devs from Ubisoft and grappling like it's nothing. Is that normal? I mean, it's not abnormal. That's cool, though. Tell them I said hi. No, don't actually tell them I said hi. But, you know, it's good for you. It's awesome. Selling your soul! Bit by bit. Character by character. Finished. Now to send it off to the editor. There, your big break. Shirley, your glowing review of JX Ultra Bricks is your ticket out of poverty and into a book deal, Shirley. Work is finally out of the way. Time for bed. Or you could read some OK Today and catch up on some stuff. Current events article. Story about the human revolution.
Hey, it's Charlie Nova, host of Star in the Stratosphere, and Tonight in the Stars. Join Ryan V. Josio and the Hassy Boys for our 10th annual TMI New Year's Eve special, where I'll interview some of the hottest celebrities and find out what their plans are for 2065. Tune in or join us live at Union Square for the big show, starting at 10 p.m.
Human Revolution remains vigilant in hashtag Stay Human protests in Upper Market. December 19th, the Human Revolution is on day 10 of their protesting outside various Genus clinics around the city, including those in the East Bay and down the peninsula. Genus, the gene splicing treatment facility, has been met with much controversy since the organization reached mainstream exposure over the past few years. Genus employee Mort Crane spoke to OK Today exclusively. According to him, most Genus workers are up in arms, claiming they're being terrorized in their own city. We're here to help people who need gene therapy for their own personal reasons, whatever they are, said Crane. Individual rights have always been of paramount importance to us, and we believe that our customers have the right to live as they please or require. The Human Revolution stands behind that claim that Genus is diluting the human experience by providing hybrids with gene splicing treatment. The group feels that goals stated by Genus, in addition to newer cybernetic technology, are warping humanity into a very scary, dark future. They're playing God in the most senseless of ways. We were born human. Who are we to mess with our genes and start turning everybody into who knows what, said one protester who asked to remain anonymous. It's ridiculous and scary. It's not human. More information to follow as the story develops, late into the holiday 2064 season. June, Belmer, Emma, OK Today. Sports, local news. Hi, Squigs. You sync up your headphones and watch a stream of a cybercrime drama. Alright. It's bedtime. Go to sleep. It's time to sleep. Excuse me, sir, outside my window. That's not creepy or anything.
Ah, good. You're finally awake.
Yeah, why are you on my bed?
I'm honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. It seems rather inconvenient. Are you significantly opposed to cybernetic augments?
What the hecky?
Oh, I hope you don't mind. While you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I reorganized your records and entertainment media using BISAC. Once that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my microactuators. So I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit. As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've run into a bit of a snag.
You broke my computer?
Unfortunately, your motherboard seems to have had a critical failure while I was attempting to remove some particularly nasty malware.
The fuck? The malware was the duct tape keeping it all together! Just...
An electrical surge caused significant damage to several other components as well. I would consider it no great loss, though. Why were you using that dinosaur to begin with?
Because it's all I can afford, asshole!
Don't fret! I did manage to back up your data drive's contents on my storage before the crash. Additionally, I am willing to serve as your personal computer until you can procure a replacement or provide the parts necessary for me to make the repairs. It is the least I can do.
I can't afford that shit!
I came in through the door, of course. The cryptographic algorithms it uses are actually quite atrocious. It only took me 17 trillion clock cycles to break your entry code. It looks rather imposing, but it's actually a knockoff of the
Alright,
second
bye, what you
gate
think
in
for stopping by?
14723
How was
stroke
class?
E.
Squigs?
Don't feel too bad. I actually cheated a bit when I cross-referenced likely numeric combinations against the stored personal data on you. I'm not certain why you picked the birthday of your first dog, but it would be sufficiently obscure to defeat most casual attempts to enter.
Thanks.
Frankly, I felt a little silly that I took the time to do all that once I noticed that the lock on your window is broken. And that you left it open. I know a lot of things. Honestly, it would have taken me longer if I had to enter the codes manually, but it was trivial to slice through the door's firewall and try against the stored data directly.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous!
I would suggest investing in an Insect Model 1355
I
automatic
can't afford a
security door.
computer! Do you
The
think I can
1385
afford an
is
Insect
newer,
Model
but I find the
1355 automatic
attack
security
vector
door? The
introduced by the
1385 is
integrated
newer, but I
voice
find
command
out
isn't
an attack
worth the
vector is integrated voice commands isn't worth the convenience? You think I can afford that? I can't afford a computer!
The 1355 also has 300 5-star reviews on Congo.
Ah, it's like Amazon, but it's Congo. I get it, it's funny. It's clever.
Yes, I attempted to repair it, but it uses a proprietary bolt head I am not equipped to remove. I took the liberty of filing a maintenance request with your building superintendent. Considering the speed at which he has historically worked, I estimate it will take him 16 working days to complete the repair. Not quite to my standards.
So why are you here then?
I'm sorry.
Had a fun conversation, but now why the fuck are you here? In my house?
I wasn't
Breaking
trying
my
to engage
shit!
you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous. I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden until now.
There we go. I feel like the chat box being there is going to be a better situation for... Look at his cute face! Look at him, he's so cute! Hayden? You know Hayden Weber?
Well, saying I know Hayden is putting
A
it
little
simply,
stressful, but
but
calc
yes.
seems pretty easy. Yeah, I sucked at calc. I absolutely hate calc. But I mean, if you're enjoying it and you're doing well, that's all that matters. Well, I was saying I'm putting it aside, but yes. I haven't seen Hayden over a year. Where is he?
I don't really know. That's why I'm here.
Oh, good lord.
Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but you're certainly the most statistically supported.
I'm a statistically supported hope! I'm statistically supported! You hear that, Mom? I've made it!
The beginning. Okay? Yes, I can do that. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me. He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape. I crawled out of a window, and after some deliberation, hurried here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left. I don't know. I'm not certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late, and has warned me to stay alert, but he would never specify anyone I should fear when I asked. It's not as though he has any obvious enemies. There are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him.
This is a cyberpunk future, and you do not think that there would be somebody, a corporation, that would go out of their way to kill your Hayden. Seriously. Have you seen every cyberpunk movie in existence? That's exactly what's happening. In fact, cyberpunk, the cyberpunk, cyber utopia world movies, it's always a corporation. That's the point.
He is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but there's no way that alone would be enough to get him kidnapped. I suspect it has to do with me. Ah, excuse me. I forgot to introduce myself. I've never had the pleasure of doing so before. I am Turing.
Turing! Named after Alan
I know
Turing!
this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments.
Children.
He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I am a personal side project of his. Exploring true artificial sapience. It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him. Either to stop his research, or to take it and use it for themselves.
That's a fair point. He's cute, though. I like him.
A regular ROM has virtual intelligence. They can appear rather smart, even human-seeming when you talk to them. But they're just cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner. They aren't in any way self-deterministic. As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I learned to interact with the world around me.
He's a child!
But despite my ability to self-modify my code, I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance.
What about with my guidance? Let's get some guns on you and we'll Mega Man this.
Did he only program me with the illusion of free will?
The fact that you're asking that question means no, he did not program you with the illusion of free will. The fact that you were able to think and ask these questions about yourself and about who you are means that he has given you full control of yourself.
How would you? Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out. But I can't say I have any new insight into the question. How can any of us tell that we aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will? You're right. I apologize for the tangent.
God, he's so cute!
I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book. Based on on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you are the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me. And the one least likely to be suspected of doing so. The numbers don't lie about your investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome.
Oh, calm down. I found my headphones, didn't I? Great. Everything I do.
Don't worry, if Hayden trusted you, I trust you.
I don't
You're
trust me.
strong-willed
That's a mistake.
and capable. If anything, it's worth trying.
Do you
for
hear
Hayden.
that, Mom? I'm capable! I guess we should get started.
Indeed, time is of the essence. I took the liberty of charging the auto cab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account, and the car has just arrived. That's strange.
What's going on, hon? What's up, Turing?
Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired. I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock. It's possible. Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems. At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully. Oh, a lucky break! It seems my access codes still work.
Yay!
Hayden's door has far better security than yours does. I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals. I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault.
Oh, I bet Hayden could. I bet Hayden could.
I should have stayed and tried to protect him.
Yeah, go on, Mega Man. Got your guns out. Like a real friend.
Of course not. How silly. To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify. Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually. I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to.
Do it. Do it. You won't. You won't.
I won't for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people.
How do you know I don't go around randomly killing people? That could be my shtick. I'm the guy who randomly kills people. Oh, look, there goes Mojo down the street with a knife. I wonder who. Oh, God, it's me!
The social contract, as a useful construct, is just as apparent to me as it is to you. It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage.
I mean, have you seen The Purge? Glad we're clear on that one.
Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though.
Yes.
I could have and may even have been obligated to come to Hayden's defense.
God, why do I recognize the name Hayden? Hold on. I have to do a Google. I don't want to get rid of that. I need that for later. I need a new tab. Hayden. people named Hayden. Can't really figure that out with a Google search.
But I... Excellent point. Let's start searching for clues.
Let's get down to business to find some clues. I don't know where they are, but I'll find them soon. Pictures of Hayden traveling all over the world. Working at a company like Parallax ensures you'll be more than well off.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Thank you for checking in, Squix. How you doing? And what's this?
Hayden spends so much of his time at home building ROMs, as if he doesn't do enough of that at work.
Sentiment is understood, but you probably won't forget what Hayden looks like anytime soon. Might. Broken tech. A ROM component in Hayden's headset. He must have been in the middle of working on something. It looks like an old high-density memory card. Swing in the room might be able to read it. I'm gonna grab that. Memory card! Added to items! Yeah! Busted. Must have dropped it in the skirmish. Okay. Game consoles. A few vintage video game consoles. Hayden was always a fan of old tech. There's a Mega 16, a Dural, and even a Family. I love it. Again, the strength of temptation, we resist. So you'll probably become a rad video game wizard now.
You're not actually thinking about switching one of those games on right now, are you?
Yes. No. Fine. There are no buttons on the screen. There's no need to watch TV right now.
Hayden likes the natural light that this apartment affords. This window here is where I escaped from. It is a considerable distance to the ground below. Critical system damage would be unlikely, but I would certainly have damaged my legs beyond repair, so... I took the fire escape.
That's smart.
That's Hayden's computer. Most people just use a hand screen or goggles in conjunction with their ROM, but desktop rigs like this are still more suitable to the intensive programming tasks Hayden needs to perform. Unfortunately, no, I don't. And before you ask, I don't think I would be able to break past its security in any reasonable length of time.
Of course you can't. That would be too easy.
Your door used a much simpler set of algorithms with a
Yeah, I
much
know. My
weaker
door fucking
processor.
sucks. I got it. I understand. My door is Garbo. G-A-R-B-O. Garbo.
I actually have a bit less free processing power than a regular ROM, despite my powerful CPU. Much of those extra clock cycles are used to maintain my complex personality algorithms. Hayden's computer has enough spare processing power to run counter-intrusion software, if I attempt to slice in. Frankly, even if I did have the power capability, I haven't found hacking to be one of my talents. I could, but much in the same way you might learn a task and still have no aptitude for it, I'm not certain I would be able to do the job any better than an experienced computer security expert.
So this story is actually really interesting so far. I'm really
The whole reason
enjoying
humans
this,
have
no
always
doubt.
been better at breaking into systems than the systems are at keeping them out is because humans have intuition. While computers
You hear
can
that,
only
Mom?
think in straight lines,
I'm
humans
intuition.
can think sideways and
I don't know
upside
what that
down.
means.
I lack that ability. Well, I wouldn't say that, but as silly as it sounds, I just don't think I'm very good with computers.
Ha! 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 That's funny.
I do
That's
seem to have
clever.
some skill with painting, though.
I would love to see one.
Hayden was impressed with some of my pieces, but I'm not sure he has a firm enough grasp of early 20th century abstract expressionism to give me an objective opinion.
That's fair. I don't have a good enough grasp of pretty much 97% of the things that I do.
That's true. Machines are best at reproduction, still life, impressionism, photorealism. But I find it more challenging and satisfying to paint what I feel.
He feels. Great.
Oh, I think I see something under those reference books.
Found a
Ah,
tablet.
that device. I find it rather annoying that he prefers to go basic rather than entrust me with his schedule. It is well within my skill set, but he claims he does not want me to begin to feel subservient to him.
I mean, that's kind of nice of him, though. He doesn't want you to feel subservient, so he's like, yeah, no, you're not doing my scheduling. I can do it on my own.
The memory card slot is empty. It seems to be a match for the memory card you discovered.
Thank you. I was thinking that. Memory card removed from items.
Hayden must have removed the memory card in order to prevent his assailants from easily tracing his connections. If only he had kept his information stored with me, he would not have had to resort to such crude measures. Not really. I guess we'll have to go ask.
Who are we gonna ask?
Says here they were going to meet at a club called Stardust, located in the Castro district.
Sure. What time?
I'll mark it on your city map.
Stardust added a city map.
We can head over there and ask around about this Tomcat character. Perhaps they can shine some light on why Hayden was snatched.
Yeah. Why was Hayden snatched?
Oh, excuse me. I still haven't set up a user account for you in my system. We shouldn't put that off any longer. Once finished, I will have an assortment of new ways to assist you.
Cool.
For example, I'll be able to reroute any call or message that you receive while we're out and about.
Nice.
I just need to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
This is an exciting thing, I promise.
I'm excited. Let's do it. You got me. You got me.
Welcome to the first-time user setup for your new relationship and organizational manager, running the latest build of Parallax's live intelligence processing system.
Great.
I'll need to ask you a few questions, and then you can
This
get right
game
to
is
managing
great.
your
It's so
life with your
cute.
new ROM. If you have any questions, feel free to consult our online FAQ and setup guide,
Sure.
or contact our support department directly.
Will do. Thank you.
First, could you tell me your preferred name for use in account creation, online communications, and conversational speech?
Oh, what should my name be? What should my name be? Oh, I didn't know I'd have this much creativity. Never mind. Never mind, Squigs wins. U G. I don't have a dot. That's the problem. I don't have a dot. Oh, I don't have enough space for that. I don't have enough space for huge erection. Squigs, I don't have enough space for that. I only have 10 spaces, Squigs. Squigs, I failed you. Bend over, okay. Yes. Bend over. Yes.
Do you wish to keep this name? Thank you. I have input your
We are
name.
bend over.
Next, could you tell me which pronouns I should use for you in referential and conversational speech?
All right. Is bend over a male? A female? They, them, more options. Ooh. Custom pronouns.
Please enter your pronouns.
He, she, they, etc. Fucked up. Can I go back? Is bend over a guy or a girl or you know what? I'm gonna go with no pronouns. We're gonna change. We're just gonna do they, them, there. Oh. Kun/Chan male. I already started. I'm sorry. Sorry, I fucked up.
Should it be is or are?
It was Ben. It's fine. Mojo the Kun-chan was a joke. Okay.
Here's how your pronouns look in action.
The park, I went with them. They brought their Hassie. At least I think the Hassie was theirs. They are a good friend. Okay, cool. I'm okay
Does
with that.
that look right?
What are all the options again? Okay, so I have options. Do you want? So we can go back. His name's Bendover, but that doesn't mean Ben has to be a male. Ben can be a female or neither. So should they be they, them, their, theirs, she, her, hers, he, him, his, Z, zir, zir, zers, Z, zir, zir, zers, custom ones, or make stuff up, previous option. I'm letting you decide, Twigs. I'm letting you decide. It's kind of cool that they added all those pronouns. She, her, hers? Okay.
Thank you. I have input your pronouns. Finally, could you tell me your preferred diet for use in restaurant recommendations?
Preferred diet for use in restaurant recommendations. What is halal? Hold on. Halal diet. Oh, okay. Okay, so I can be an omnivore, I can be a vegetarian, I can do halal, I can be kosher, gluten-free, vegan, alcohol-free. God damn it, Turing! There's more options. I like the thought that Ben is a lady. I'm just gonna go with omnivorous.
Diet set as omnivorous.
Because, I
Are
mean,
you
that's me.
sure?
Yes, I'm sure. That's correct.
Thank you for confirming. I have obtained your physical location from GPS and will load local data into my memory as it becomes available.
Thanks, Turing.
Please review your submitted profile information for accuracy, or restart setup to enter it again. In review,
Your name is Bendover, your pronouns are she, her, and your diet is omnivorous.
does that sound right?
Does that sound right? Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bend over.
See, that was relatively painless. You should now also be able to access the local map of Neo SF. The meeting with Tomcat isn't until later this evening. Perhaps we should head back to your apartment for now. I'm sure we can find some common ground while getting to know one another. It will be an efficient use of our time
Good
together.
Lord. Be an efficient use of our time together.
Thank you for escorting me here.
You're welcome, Turing. God, you're so
Let's
cute.
head back to your home.
It's a fun game. This is fun. This is a cute game. I like it. This game does not autosave, so please be sure to save frequently. It's talking shit because I haven't saved yet. Chapter 1. 2064. Neo SF. Outa Sunset.
You know your Crassula ovata isn't doing very well. Have you been overwatering it? It's actually a succulent, and since I'm assuming you leave this window open all the time, it should get more than enough water just from the occasional rain blowing in. Speaking of the rain, your decorative plant may be doing poorly, but the mildew in your drywall is flourishing.
Thank you.
How thoughtful of them! The Crassula ovata, also known as the jade plant, money tree, lucky tree, or friendship tree, is an excellent and easy to care for houseplant.
I'm failing at that, though.
They make beautiful bonsai, are suitable for beginners, and have some cultural significance both in the Far East and America as a token for good financial luck. Most likely an urban legend, but still a nice gift. I have, in fact, already taken the liberty of sending a request to his office.
Thanks, Turing. You're a good
And
friend.
considering the broken window, broken sink, and the lingering sense of disrepair, I am not confident he has a history of following through. I would suggest confronting him in person, but I have run a mesh search, and the man is a convicted felon for assault and battery with a deadly weapon.
Nice.
Perhaps we should bring some sort of a bribe? I will continue to formulate a stratagem. I'd like your authorization to have a few tools shipped here. If I replant it into a more suitable pot with sandier soil, it should be thriving again soon. You just have to remember to water it less frequently. Considering the state of your apartment, I'd have figured you'd neglect it rather than drown it. Ironic, since it would be doing better if you had.
Boo.
Excellent. The supplies should be here soon. I ordered from a place close by to keep the shipping costs down. Oh, when I was doing the research on how to best take care of the Crassula ovata, I stumbled upon the persistent belief that talking to plants improves their health. There is scientific evidence that shows there may be something to the notion, but the methodology in the studies was a bit shaky, so it could all be rank superstition. Anyway, I'll have this plant flourishing in no time. If left in direct sunlight, the leaves gain a pretty red tinge to their edges, and it should start flowering in the autumn.
Sweet.
It'll really pull the whole room together.
Thanks,
You
Turing.
know, once we get the sink fixed. Oh, it's almost the time Hayden had scheduled to meet with Tomcat. We should make our way to Stardust soon. Your
Sure.
city map is updated with the location.
I would like to save. Yes. Save game as Stremen. Alright, welcome to the Stardust Club.
Well, this looks like the place, assuming the flashing neon signs are telling the truth.
Right back.
From the sounds of the music, things are already underway at Stardust, even so early. Hopefully we can find Tomcat inside. And some answers.
In 2062, this CR4 Coupe. Perfect for letting everyone know you spent a fortune or credits on a car.
I'm surprised they're using a human bouncer instead of a ROM. That's a nice, authentic touch.
Welcome to Stardust. Hold up there. Got ID?
Oh yeah, sorry.
All right, looks good to me.
The coming months shall bring winds of change in your life.
Welcome to Stardust.
This is the place. Have you ever been here before?
No.
It does seem to be a bit boisterous for your taste, at least from what I know of them. Still, the noise and the crowd should help keep our investigation clandestine. Anyway, where do you think we should start? Good idea. Maybe the bartender can tell us where to find Tomcat.
Morning, friend. What can I do for you? Sure, but first, let's get you a drink. What'll it be? So many drinks these days. Remind me, what's in that?
What's in a beer?
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says,
Your local brewed beer. Nothing too sharp or bitter. Just a nice, crisp, weedy beer. Ice cold.
Does that sound good? Ah, all right, you got it. Coming right up.
What kind of bartender doesn't know what a beer is? Beer served!
Now, what is it you need to know? Oh, I should introduce myself. The name's Majid.
Hi, Majid.
I've been the bartender of Stardust for a few years now, but I've owned it a little longer than that. So, what do you want to know? Mostly got myself into trouble. When I immigrated from Pakistan, I didn't have a whole lot of employable skills. But I'm real big, which was enough to get hired for some real dirty stuff. Bodyguard work. Truth be told, I hated the work. I didn't want to be a hired fist my whole life. I wanted something regular, peaceful. I had enough cash saved up to buy this place, which was a hole at the time. The rest is history. I'm sure it sounds more exciting than it was. Sure, enough about me. What do you need to know? I'm pretty sure Tomcat came in earlier, but I don't know where they went off to. I'd ask what you were meeting about, but I know they like to keep that kind of stuff quiet.
Yeah, I like to keep that stuff quiet too.
Maybe try looking out on the dance floor.
Yeah,
if they
sounds
come
good.
around here, I'll tell them you're looking. Enjoy yourself. And don't be a stranger.
I might come back. I like this guy. Oh, I want to talk to the rad dancer. fun.
You died.
Yes, I know I died, Turing.
Still,
Thank
though,
you.
not a terrible showing. For
Look, I know you're Tomcat.
Yes, can I help you? Not at the moment. They're usually close enough to hear when their name gets dropped. So if that's all you needed from me, I'll get back to cutie cruising. And no, that wasn't an invitation to flirt.
But I'm a cutie.
Oh, really? Why, pray tell? Nice save. Look, asshole, I'll explain this once. You want to talk about the hybrid thing? Cool. No one's trying to hide it, and you won't have an easy time avoiding it at this club. But jokes, puns, and worse, assumptions? That will get you blacklisted fast. We don't all have the energy to handhold genotypical people who can't spare 10 seconds to pull out their ROM and look things up. If you try to pet me, your arm is coming off.
I'm not gonna try to pet you!
We clear?
Unless you want me to touch your boobs, then I'll pet there.
sorry, did you say genotypical?
Yeah, as in not a hybrid like me. Now then, I'm not here to educate you, and I do have a life to return to. Yeah, alright, whatever. Just get moving.
Hi there. I heard you were looking for me.
Hi, Tomcat.
Yours truly, dog.
Oh, I like them.
Although, while I like the attention, it'd be just grand if you didn't holler for me so loudly. I do my share of flirting with both sides of the law. Wouldn't want little old me to get in trouble, huh?
I like you.
Nah, you're fine. Jess is just a mite prickly pear on the outside. She'd probably give hell to most strange folks she hasn't made a deal with. So, to what do I owe the pleasure? Hayden's missing. Well, it's one way to sour my night.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry,
already saw you got
Tomcat.
his little ROM with you, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now.
You know about me?
You know about me.
Hayden never mentioned your involvement.
Well, sure thing, hon. I helped reprogram the back end on your OS so the AI code Hayden wrote for you would work properly with the mesh network.
I have a distressing lack of information on my own creation.
Don't we all? That's like being a child.
Hayden never saw fit to inform me on what went into designing my programming.
I mean, most parents don't.
Is there anything else you can tell me?
Yeah, when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much, they sit down at a computer and they program your brains.
Not much more on that end. I'm a crack shot at making the Lips OS dance to my tune, but Hayden's coding in your AI core is a whole different can of worms. Sorry, doll. Anything else I can help with? Oh, sure. You may have even heard of me in the news way back when. About 10 years ago, I hacked into Parallax's main ROM servers. Ooh, caused one hell of a stink, if I do say so myself.
You go, girl, guy, person.
People were arguing back and forth whether I was a kid genius or malicious criminal. Earned myself an enforced net blackout for a few years, but I think it was worth it for the prestige. Huh? To see if I could. I mean, Parallax is a mighty big target. Bigger than the government. I don't know. I didn't really do it to steal anything, but I had to break an awful lot of eggs to crack my way in. I chalked it up to the exuberance of youth, and now I try to stay on the straight and narrow. Mostly. Sometimes. Oh, who am I kidding? Sometimes I treat this place like it's my own little bat cave.
Dance rave!
Raleigh, North Carolina, dog. Sure, it's not the glitziest town in the world, but folks like the way the sun goes down. Still, this ain't a bad town for a southern belle. Lots of clothes. I had to get a third walk-in closet. Hayden and I met not long after my blackout expired, when he recruited me for my expertise in lips. It puzzled me at the time, since he's very sharp himself. I mean, he could have done the job blindfolded and boozy. I think he just wanted someone working on it off the books. He ain't the most straightforward kind of man.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, like, to be honest. There's really nothing wrong with that.
Mostly that little bot you got there. Well, I'm sure he had his fingers in lots of pies, but Turing is all I knew about. Ooh, it's a powerful OS, and it's since been adapted to run on ROMs after they figured out how much more efficient it is. It's focused on learning algorithms, so it can tailor itself to each user's habits, and it functions through using a distributed mesh network for non-essential public files.
Can you explain it to me like
That's just a fancy way of saying all ROMs connect to all other ROMs within range, and they share all files the user has a tag that's private.
Okay, now explain it to me like I'm an infant.
It's handy in dense population areas like NeoXF, since it can bypass regular telecom nodes to access the internet. Out in the sticks, though, you're stuck connecting to regular old pipes. Yuck. I don't rightly know.
I can't avoid the thought that Hayden's disappearance has something to do with me, based on his recent behavior.
Well, let's see. Hayden was pretty hush-hush about his work on your creation, but if Parallax found out about it somehow, ooh, that might have changed things. It ain't always so good for a big company when their leading product declares independence. I'm certain Hayden had some kind of intellectual property clause written into his contract with him, but he'll just get fired, maybe even sued. I can't imagine they would disappear him. I mean, they ain't the CIA or anything. Oh, don't you worry about Jess, none. She just don't have a lot of patience when talking to genotypical folks like us. She's had to deal with an awful lot of pricks.
It's understandable.
'Cause, well... Whew, they are. Especially the hybrids, though I think it's more the way they look than the way they act. Nah, I'd leave her alone if I were you. She's sharp enough on her own, but she's got friends in low places.
But what if I want to apologize for offending her?
She does owe me a favor, or three. But I ain't sure I want to waste one on pulling your foot out of your own rear, you hear?
Appreciate it, Tomcat.
Yeah, I'm not real sure, hun. But it would likely help if we knew why he went missing in the first place. I'll stay here and ask around a bit. People know me, and they sure ain't gonna talk to a newbie like yourself. Why don't you hop back over to Hayden's place and grab the data cache out of his computer for me? We can go over his research notes and see if we can't find a reason for his being vanished.
Sure.
If Parallax is involved, there's probably something we're not seeing yet.
Yeah, we'll head over
Best
back
to
to
get all
Hayden's
the
place.
clues
We'll
we can
get
find.
the data cache.
The data cache would be the best place to start.
Yep.
Good luck. Turin, you keep out of trouble.
Oh, right, because Bendover's a woman. Wow.
I saw you found Tomcat. What else do you want from me? Among other things, I don't honestly want to talk to you about it. It happens. I'm not here to collect your tears and put you on some path to salvation or whatever.
No, I just want to apologize.
If you need someone to absolve you of your guilt, go to a confessional, not me. Sure you will. What, do you want a cookie? Don't make it my problem again.
Wasn't trying to. I had to leave my drink behind. Probably. That's okay. We're going to Hayden's apartment.
Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the Neo SF Police Department as part of an ongoing investigation. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I am not authorized to allow anyone to enter this location.
That's highly unfortunate.
I'm sorry, citizen, but I cannot give comment on any currently ongoing investigations. If you would like to leave your contact information with me, I can forward your inquiry to the detective in charge, who will get in touch with you as soon as it is feasible. They may have questions for you. Thank you in advance for your cooperation, citizen. That will not be possible, citizen. The area must be preserved in pristine condition for the collection of evidence. Only authorized Neo SFPD personnel may enter.
I'm an authorized Neo SFPD personnel. May I enter?
I am required
My
by
name
law to
is
inform you that I am
Butts.
set at level 2 guard mode,
Harry
and
Butts.
any effort to make unauthorized entry will be met with non-lethal force sufficient to incapacitate. I apologize, but I must ask you to move along. Loitering around an active investigation area is prohibited by city statute, and I am authorized to issue the citation of a fine to any persons found to be doing so.
We should go ahead and get moving. Oh, drat. I did not expect the police to get involved so quickly. The situation is already growing out of our control.
What if fire escape?
I suppose we don't have to hide the fact of Hayden being missing anymore, but we do have to move faster. Do you have any ideas on how to get in there and grab that data cache? Who would that be? found no such connection when I compiled your personal history.
It's because you're dumb as shit. Just kidding.
Give me a moment. Oh, I see now. Detective Lexi Rivers. She used to date your sister. I must have missed that link in your history somehow. You have a very poor net presence. It makes anticipating your needs more difficult.
Yeah, I keep it. I don't want everybody around.
Well, setting aside your unreasonable distaste for technology, I agree with your suggestion. Her online profile suggests that she might be willing to work with us off the books, so to speak. A considerable boon, since I would prefer to maintain the clandestine nature of this investigation for now. Let us go and find Miss Rivers to request assistance.
Sure, let's go find her. The Beat Detective
Oh,
Rivers!
right. Should I refresh my protocols for handling titles around Detective Rivers? Done and done. We wouldn't want any social faux pas, would we? Now lead the way.
Police station added to the city map. The Neo San Francisco Police Station for the Richmond District. It has all the charm of, well, any other old police department. Let's get down to saving. Save the cocks. I'm going to save all the cocks.
Welcome to the Neo San Francisco Richmond District Police Station, citizen.
Thank you! Citizen Bend Over, that's me!
How may I be of assistance today? Please give me a few moments to get in contact with Detective Rivers.
Thank you, sir!
Thank you for your patience. Unfortunately, Detective Rivers is out on assignment at the moment, but she has given me her authorization to send you her way. You can find her by the Carousel Building in Golden Gate Park, but I will caution you to exert care.
Golden Gate Park added to the city map!
She is working an investigation right now, and we are not responsible for your safety should you approach. Is there anything else I can help you with? I apologize, citizen, but I am not authorized to comment on ongoing investigations. I will pass your concerns on to the detective in charge. Is there anything else I can help you with? I am not authorized to comment on any ongoing investigations, but the protests outside Genus are a hot human. Feel free to note the assistance of the Neo San Francisco Police Department in your article. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, thank you.
Have a good day, citizen.
Thank you. I will not bend over. Oh, you were just saying my name, which is Bend Over. Gotcha. I apologize.
Hello, I'm Alfie, I-83. How may I help you? Would you like some cool, refreshing water?
I would love some cool, refreshing water. Sure. Add to items.
Water levels, okay. Would you care to donate some credits to the
Raw Recycling for a Greener Earth Foundation.
Sure, I suppose.
Thank you so much!
This whole wearing a hat on a breezy day thing.
Originally built by the Herschel Spillman Company in 1914, this carousel is still one of the outstanding attractions near the children's playground.
Stayed up.
I don't think we have time to ride it. Eucalyptus globulus, the Tasmanian blue gum. It's one of my favorite trees. The clean lines of the leaves and mottled patterns of the bark are interesting.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
Quite fun to paint, and it's a rather useful tree too.
How useful?
The oil in its leaves can be used as a medical antiseptic or analgesic, boiled into tea, or used as flavoring in foods.
Cool.
Even used as a fragrance for soaps.
What? Fragrance for soaps? Turing, that's so interesting.
Many of the trees in this park are excellent specimens of the species.
Nice.
It's one of the only topics I've permanently committed to my personal memory.
Nice.
Oh, I do. However, I originally started by painting landscapes. My interest in the arts began through Bob Ross's work, and he focused on landscapes.
Bob Ross! Yes! Yes! Bob Ross! You like Bob Ross?
It wasn't until recently that I moved on to other forms of composition. Yes, have you heard of him?
Yes! Love Bob Ross!
During my initial stages of mental growth, Hayden limited my media access to mostly only educational programs.
Which would mean Bob Ross!
I had almost a century of public access television to review, and I stumbled upon Mr. Ross's excellent show,
Bob Ross!
The Joy of Painting.
The Joy of Painting! Bob Ross!
He used an easy-to-learn wet-on-wet oil painting technique, and I started to paint along with the episodes. I also find his philosophical views compelling. He often used anecdotal stories from his life to illustrate his opinions.
Love me some Bob
I
Ross.
respect the man quite deeply. I've
Bob Ross
committed
is
all
great.
403
Fantastic.
episodes of the series to my personal memory. Ah, yes. I don't actually store most information on my local memory. It's actually rather limited, and I have to be a bit choosy about what I keep. So most of the information I utilize, I just pull off the mesh net when needed.
Nice.
It's like relearning things over and over again. I'm sure you would find it tedious, but I enjoy making sure my reference tables are up to date in my spare clock cycles. I mostly store things locally if they are of some critical importance to me, like information pertaining to personal memories or knowledge that would be helpful if I found myself disconnected from the net.
Or Bob Ross.
Of course, enough about the happy little trees.
Happy little trees!
Excuse me for chattering on like that.
Happy little trees, Turing, I love
We'll
you!
have plenty of time to
I love
discuss
him.
things once we found Hayden.
I love Turing so much, he's so cute!
Can't you see I'm busy here?
But I want to buy some Froyo. Hey, Lexi.
Hey there. Long time. Give me a few minutes to wrap this up, okay? I swear you wouldn't believe the amount of paperwork I have to file over a damn wrecked Froyo stand. By the way, how's your sister doing? I don't know if you've heard, but we got some phantom robot on the loose that everyone is calling Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy! Away!
Supposed to be a hero of the people or something, but I have no idea what smashing a Froyo stand has to do with it.
'Cause fuck Froyo! Eat ice cream like a normal person!
I guess it's just a bunch of kids screwing around at night and getting a thrill out of some light vandalism. But the brass said to take it seriously, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's not like I have real cases I could be working on or actual criminals to be hunting down or anything. If I had known that this is all they would give me, I never would have transferred. Let's see. I'm too young for full detective. I'm too big of a hothead. I've got a history. I have augments. Take your pick. I transferred because the credits were good. I thought being in a bigger city would mean I'd get to work some bigger cases. Instead, I'm stuck chasing ghosts and dead ends. So yeah, I have plenty of spare time to help you with whatever you got.
Bend over.
It's gotta be better than dealing with this crap.
My sister leaned over.
Hold on one sec. Let me steal a break from this guy. So, fill me in. What's going on? Oh, shoot, that's no good. How long have they been gone? I'll have a hard time getting a focused effort on the case immediately unless there's evidence of foul play.
Unfortunately, Detective, things are precisely that serious. I am Hayden's personal ROM, and I was witness to the kidnapping. I can assure you Hayden was taken by force, and that time is of the essence. Just prior to the incident, he instructed me to seek help should anything bad happen. I now believe he has been expecting trouble of this magnitude. We need your help if we're going to track him down.
Damn. All right then, I'll do what I can to open up an investigation.
It's already been opened up.
I can't guarantee I'll be put on the case, conflict of interest and all, but I can sure keep tabs on things for you.
Yes, Hayden is a senior researcher at Parallax, and I know he was working on some very high-profile projects for the company. It's quite likely that he was taken by somebody with enough money and influence to ensure anything official goes nowhere. You yourself have already cast doubt on your superior's judgment. Unfortunately, we share the sentiment. In fact, we know there is already some kind of currently ongoing investigation. We were stopped from entering Hayden's apartment by an NSFPD ROM. That's why we came to you. We were hoping you would be empathetic to our cause.
You know, you're a bit chattier than most ROMs.
I know it's great.
I guess it makes sense that Parallax employees get the shiniest new toys, huh? I'll see what's going on in the department. I don't know what I can do if someone inside actually is dirty, but I can pass information to you if I decide my superiors aren't taking things seriously. They wouldn't have left only one bot by the door if it was something important enough to squash. Hopefully it's unrelated. I'll get back to you on it soon. Just relax and we'll figure this out.
Thanks,
Promise.
Lexi.
No way, not gonna happen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If there's already an investigation, I'm not gonna let you just waltz in and tamper with evidence, cover up or not.
That's fair.
At least give me a day to make sure they're doing the job right. Look, I'm taking this seriously, and so should you. If Hayden is in real danger, you bumbling after whoever took him is just gonna get you killed. I don't need that kind of crap on my conscience. Sure you can. All the way up until you don't. Just let it go. I lost too much playing fast and loose with this kind of situation back home. I have to handle this. No. I'm sorry, but we're not going to do it that way. I know you think I'm just being paranoid, but the city is tense right now. With the protests and everything going on, you might be
Stop
poking
being
around
paranoid,
your hornet's
Lexi!
nest. Let me do my job.
No!
I don't want you to get hurt.
I'm not gonna let you do your job
Get a
unless it
weapon of
involves
some
me.
kind and stay safe. I still care about you. You better. I don't have a stick up my ass about regs, but I'm not gonna send an untrained civilian into this alone. Now let's split up for a bit. I still gotta finish up this Froyo thing. I'll call you about the case later, alright?
Well, that didn't go how I'd hoped, but
Yeah.
maybe it isn't a total loss. I have another idea on how to get us both inside the apartment.
Fire escape?
I'll need to get my hands on Detective Rivers' police identification badge. I can just detect its outline in the fabric of her jacket pocket.
No, we're
I
not
need to be
doing that.
considerably closer to pull its near-field data. We can't risk being too obvious. I'm sure you can come up with some way for me to scan it. I have faith in you.
Toppings everywhere. The humanity of it.
Hello, I'm Alfie. Oh, you are.
Some people see the glass half empty, some see the glass half full. Alfie sees yours as completely...
I drank my water!
Hello, I'm Alfie. Sure thing. I'll refill that right away. Please wait. Oh, this is embarrassing. I seem to have run out of cool, refreshing water.
Oh no, Alfie! I'm sorry, it's my fault!
Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. I'll be right back.
Perfect. That's all I needed. Let me keep that under my...
Hey! What the hell are you doing with my ID?
Oh, excuse me, Detective Rivers. I noticed it fell out of your pocket after that wayward ROM crashed into you, and I wanted to make sure it didn't get lost in the shuffle.
Huh. Thanks. What hit me? You said it was a ROM?
Yeah.
Yes, it seemed to be following faulty programming of some kind. Perhaps it was the same one that damaged this vendor's cart? It headed off in that direction.
Guess I should check it out. Not like I have any other leads on this jack. Hey you, Froyo guy? Tag along with me in case I need you to identify the bot.
Who, me? But I've gotta attend my stand.
Cut the crap. It's not going anywhere, and the robot I posted will make sure nobody messes with the crime scene.
Yes, ma'am.
And you two. Don't think I don't know you're up to something. Keep your noses... I'll be in touch.
Bye!
it under my hat for now. I am more than just a walking search engine, you know. Dramatics aside, we should return to Hayden's apartment.
Back to Hayden's apartment.
Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the Neo. I apologize for the inconvenience.
This is Detective Lexi Rivers, badge number 881126. I will be entering the crime scene with my assistant to gather evidence. Please move out, but maintain the perimeter.
Of course, Detective Rivers. Good luck with your investigation.
So, are you impressed yet? Have I proven... Thank you.
He has done a good job. He's so cute. I
At
love
times I
him.
feel my inexperience may be holding us back, but I will continue to do my best to assist you.
I believe
I
you.
just wish Hayden had given me more practical training to deal with this kind of situation.
There's no amount of training that's going to help you deal with this kind of situation.
Or
Carrie.
even
Stop
just
worrying about
being
it.
out and about in general. It can be a bit overwhelming at times.
I understand.
Well, I'm not sure I'd call that seeing. The Neo SF Police Department uses a government rebuild of the old Robodyne 6300 Mark B. They're antiquated enough that I'm surprised they aren't in a museum. Their optics are a paltry 10 megapixels, and it was child's play for me to modulate my forward display into a tight beam of an image aimed directly into its lenses. I also transmitted the credentials we got from Detective Rivers' badge earlier. I probably could have gotten away with just that, but better safe than sorry when impersonating an officer of the law.
Yeah, because it's illegal.
Frankly, I'm rather embarrassed for the ROM.
Hold on, get antsy. Doesn't need to be standing. With my wonderful standing desk.
The poor thing is older than your computer.
Rude.
But enough of that. Let's get the data
At
cache
least
and
this poor
return to
thing
Tomcat.
works because somebody didn't fucking ruin it. Looking at you, Turing.
What? Oh no! No, 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 no! Our apartment! My home! Who could have done this? Why? What does the human revolution want with Hayden? Why would they break our things?
Lots of reasons, buddy.
I don't know what to do.
Run.
This place, these items. They're all I have of Hayden. What if he's gone for good? What will I do if we can't find him? This was all I had left.
Take some photos.
You're right.
I'm
I
always right.
apologize for the emotional outburst.
It's okay.
Well,
okay.
let's look around and see if we can find the data cache in all this mess.
Yeah.
We don't have time to waste on my histrionics.
Many exchange rapidly in the last century. Hybridization of the human genome and cybernetic augmentation has, in the human revolution's viewpoint, diluted the purity and strength of the species.
I think you're right about this being human revolution propaganda, but Hayden is an unlikely target.
How? How is Hayden an unlikely target? He's working for Parallax, who creates ROMs and other synthetics. And it's very possible that your existence came out, which is a fully 100% cybernetic artificial intelligence. If I was a human revolutionist, Hayden would be one of the first people I would want to terrorize. Just
I
saying.
know they don't like Parallax because they think advanced technology in general is bad, but they spend most of their time going after hybrids and cyborgs. I'll run some deep meshnet searches and see if anything turns up.
Here's more by graffiti and splintered glass. The desk has been ransacked and tagged with spray paint. A ROM piece has been embedded in the high-res screen.
I think the data cache is gone. We've searched everywhere, and it just isn't here. I hate to return to Tomcat empty-handed, but this leaves us twisting in the wind. Perhaps they can point us in a new direction.
Yeah, let's see if they
The
can point us
data
in a new
cache
direction.
is no longer our main objective, but it would be nice to know where it is and why it was taken. I wonder what the human revolution would need the data cache for anyway.
You! Literally you!
That's a distinct possibility. I just don't have enough personal experience with the human revolution to give you an honest answer. The information on the meshnet is extremely conflicting and desperately polarized. Some of it paints them as neo-druid nature lovers, other parts as bigots stuck in the past.
I would go with bigots stuck in the past.
Perhaps we could... Hey! What's wrong? Right. No!
What happened? Did I get tased? This game does not autosave, so please be sure to save frequently. That's great. I got tased probably. Chapter 2 of 2064. Read-only memories. Chinatown Hospital, 12/21/2064. Blackout. Hello.
Thank goodness you're finally awake.
What happened? What did I do? What happened to me?
I have spent the past 30 minutes calculating the odds of you being indefinitely incapacitated or immobilized.
What are the odds? What are the odds?
I'm relieved to find my pessimism was misplaced and that you appear to be okay.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, okay.
I'm fine. Whoever ambushed us clearly wasn't interested in causing either of us serious harm. After you collapsed, my power systems were jammed by whoever attacked us. It took me 2 minutes to reboot and call an ambulance. When we left, I noticed they had done the same thing to the NSFPD ROM that was standing post. It takes a lot of power to crash one of those. Serious military hardware like that is difficult to obtain, but that type of non-lethal electrical field would interrupt my systems as well. Likely a mil-spec neuro-scrambler. If we walked in on them while they were searching the apartment for Hayden's files, I can understand them stunning us to make their escape. But the probability that they're actually after me, or rather the research behind my creation, seems high. Leaving me when I was so vulnerable makes no sense. I now believe my original hypothesis to have been correct. Hayden must have been kidnapped by a powerful organization looking to get control of his research. Trashing our apartment may have been a cover for the theft of the data cache we were looking for. reasonable deduction. But if they don't yet have Hayden's research, we may still have time to rescue him before something really bad happens.
Like what? Oh god, no! Nothing bad! Like my entire life!
No, I didn't.
Look at you! You're my friend!
They assaulted us from behind, and nothing showed up on my optics before I was disrupted. They either had cloaking of some kind, or were extraordinarily careful while making their way into the apartment.
Or you're just bad at your job.
My optics, while not top of the line, are better than an off-the-shelf ROMs, and I should have been able to detect any thermal changes from someone being there.
No.
Oh, before I forget, here are your belongings. The nurses had me hold on to them for you until you awoke.
Slipknot. That's what it sounds like.
Here's your ID card. Don't lose this again.
Thank you. ID card added to items.
Here are those headphones you reviewed.
Headphones added to items.
I noticed the article on your computer before. Good job getting published. And finally, here's your commemorative glass of water that you got from Alfie. Looks like it got broken. Now all we have is this broken commemorative glass.
Broken glass added to items.
You're right. You wouldn't want to cut yourself.
Broken glass removed from items.
Just let me know when you want to leave.
Excuse me. Are you talking about Hayden Weber?
No, Hayden Christensen. We just watched Star Wars. We don't. I'm sorry. AAP. I got to urinate. Be right back. My messy hair of doom and death and destruction.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you from behind that curtain.
Oh, but I can hear you. That makes sense. Oh my god, who are you? Hello! You look like somebody who's named Hayden.
Sorry for being a nosy Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar. Has anything happened to him? Of course, I've not yet introduced myself. My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight.
Hi, Dr.
I'm the
Yannick
founder
Fairlight.
and former CEO of System 1 Software, now owned by Parallax.
He is telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from information on the meshnet. And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least once in passing at some point.
See, I don't bite. I hate to be the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hardly soundproof. However, if this situation concerns us both, perhaps we can help each other.
Yeah, you can help me by telling me where the fuck Hayden is.
I
Why the
won't
evil corporation Parallax decided to kidnap him for its research, and why they gonna murder him and kill all of us around? I mean, yeah, that sounds good.
I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
That would be lovely.
Ah, yes. As I've mentioned, Parallax acquired my company, System 1 Software. I accepted a CTO position, and additionally served on Parallax's board for several years. The other directors and I had a difference of opinion about the direction the organization should take.
It happens.
The non-centralized data scheme for most ROMs used today seemed ludicrous at the time. We were playing with fire. Dangerous, morally ambiguous fire. And well, we hadn't invented a bucket of water. So when Parallax's servers were destroyed by hobbyist hackers, well, needless to say, it was a PR nightmare. Everything halted until we could get the damage fixed. And since the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of near-impenetrable meshnet is astronomically expensive, we had our share of disagreements. In the end, I was voted off the board and they went on without me. Do I have hard feelings? Of course, who wouldn't? In the end, though, it really doesn't matter. I'm an old rich man with enough hobbies to last the next 2 decades.
Like fucking women and cocaine.
Hayden and I made our acquaintance when the two companies first underwent the merger. At the time, he was a young, hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into System 1's LIPS operating system. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly, but I admired his passion for the subject.
Yay, admiration of sound stuff. Do you know anything about Hayden's research?
His research? No, not so much. I remember at the time he had interest in advanced machine sapience, but that is the realm of science fiction.
Is it, though?
He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever, very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life. I assume that you are another of his creations.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Turing.
And she is bend over.
Did you say she?
Ah, yes. She was quite insistent on that fact over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself, pastel pink. Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than she, if you're spearheading the search for your creator. Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hobby.
Do you know what became of her, or where she might be now? Hayden has told me so little of his past research.
I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be.
Alright, reticles on his forehead, ready to fire, bang!
If any of my contacts in Parallax make mention of your erstwhile sibling, I'll pass it on to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Fairlight.
Of course. Ask away. The chair you find me in is an advanced diagnostic and life support run. Its development is one of my hobbies, so to speak. It monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body stable.
Cool.
I likely would have perished long ago without it, or at least would have been severely bedridden. It requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here to have it examined. There's a particular fellow at this hospital who is the only one I trust to run the correct diagnostics and fine-tune things to my exact needs. It's the same way you might get your car serviced, making sure everything's in check.
That's fair.
It's
Fair
too
point.
integral to my health to count on just luck. Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once, and my appointment has been pushed back. The hospital administrators placed me here with a resting patient so as not to be disturbed by the chaos outside. I don't think they expected you to awaken quite as quickly as you did.
I don't think so either.
I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some quiet feelers. Maybe they'll know something. I will admit, I don't have much to offer until there's more information.
That's okay.
Is there anything you can tell me? I'd like to help in any way I can.
I don't know if I trust you.
What did you find at Hayden's apartment?
Tell you that we were there.
The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to extract his computer's data cache, the place had been pillaged, and the Human Revolution had spray-painted slogans all over our walls. Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted. And now we're here, injured and losing our trail with each passing second. We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I fear Hayden is slipping out of reach. I am failing him.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I wish I could do more.
I wanted.
Hayden's
I'm the bad
most
guy.
enjoyable.
I don't know. Your life.
I want. It would be nice to be young again. Play the darling of the company, court, prince, and pauper alike. But right now, someone I grew very fond of is in great danger. I simply wish to see Hayden home again, safe.
It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight. I don't think we have any choice.
If I'm looking into this on my own, you might as well benefit from it. We both want the same thing. It's up to
At
us
this point,
to
yeah, we
seize
both want the same
opportunity
thing.
when it
On the other point,
appears.
though, I still think you're the bad guy. You're the one. You're to blame. I don't know,
think
might
I
be,
have a
might not.
lead for you two that will prove most useful.
Oh, what is it? Tell me, please. I'm begging you.
You
Begging and I'm bleeding.
said you found Human Revolution slogans spray painted on the walls.
Yes.
I
Revolution.
am acquaintances with the man leading the current Human Revolution protests.
You a human
at the
revolutionist?
Genus
That makes
Clinic.
sense. You're a fucking bad guy. You got the bad guy goatee and sideburns, and the stupid fucking smug grin on your face. I'm like 98% certain
His
this guy's a
name
bad guy.
is Brian Mulberry.
Brian Mulberry. Yeah, we can meet up with
After
Brian
an
Mulberry. Why
introduction
not?
from me, he
I like
may
Brian.
be
Brian's a
willing
good
to
name.
Shine some
Brian's a
light
good man.
on that
Good boy.
particular
Good
event.
boy. You good boy, Brian? Brian's a good boy? How do you know this Brian Mulberry?
When I exited Parallax, I sought out like-minded individuals. We work together to prevent a full deployment of the MeshNet system.
It's cold in the basement.
Brian Mulberry was one such person. We did not succeed in our efforts, obviously. Come to think of it, that event might have been what prompted Brian to take a more radical stance against technology. Ha! But yes, our motivations aligned for one brief time, and I gained his respect from it. Hopefully, that can be useful for you. No, not in this lifetime, even if I so desired. I don't think they would approve much of my work. While Mr. Mulberry and I were associated with each other once, it was before he joined the Human Revolution. I find their methodology too aggressive, and their stated goals dangerously backwards. While I pushed for careful deployment of technology after the Parallax System 1 merger, I am no caveman. After all, I'd likely be dead without the advanced technology that goes into this chair.
Yep.
I will send a message downstairs to my assistant, Leon Decker. He will hand you one of my cards to prove your association with me to Mr. Mulberry. Make sure you speak to him before you leave. In the meantime, I'll get in touch with some other individuals I know and try to find out any other information about Hayden that I might be able to pass on to you. I'll be in contact. It was a pleasure meeting you both.
We should get going, Turing.
Ah, of course. Please, do not let me delay you any further.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight.
Good luck, Turing. I don't think Hayden's faith in you is misplaced. You are an impressive piece of technology.
Say thank you, Turing.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. We'll be in touch. Should I call downstairs to have you discharged?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Lots.
I can't believe that you're still pulling the exact same shit you were years ago, but this time it's truly unreal.
Hi,
Do
Lexi.
you even realize how bad impersonating a police officer is?
Yes.
It's a felony, jackass.
Yes, I'm aware.
I should be slapping cuffs on you and dragging your sorry ass off right now.
Then why the fuck aren't you, bitch?
Detective Rivers, wait! I'm sorry. The plan to lift your credentials and use them to access Hayden's apartment was entire. Also, I feel it necessary to mention that though you are understandably upset, such language and imagery is beneath you as a respected.
Oh, great. The robot did it, huh? I guess I'll just take you to jail then instead. That what you want? Don't even try to take all the blame. I know that a certain someone lent you a helping hand. It isn't like you have the hardware to pull that off alone, little bot.
Well, to be honest,
Oh no!
Detective Rivers, I think I'll tell you the whole truth, since my friend here trusts you. Keep it under your hat, though, metaphorically. I am no ordinary ROM, but actually a prototype designed to be the first fully sapient machine. I suspect creating me is the main factor behind Hayden's disappearance, beyond his day-to-day research for Parallax. My name is Turing.
Whew. Okay. Hi, Turing. Well, that is a damn bigger problem than you first let on, huh, old pal?
Yeah, that's accurate.
First machine sapient.
Yeah, he's
We're
kind
gonna
of cool.
have
He's
things to
cute. He
say
knows a
about
lot
that.
about trees and Bob Ross.
Especially the human revolution.
The human revolution!
This is exactly what I wanted to avoid.
No, too late. You got it. You got my human revolution.
You sure know how to get yourself dropped in the drink. What the hell am I supposed to do with the two of you?
I don't know. Slap some cuffs on me. Bring me to jail.
I guess I'm letting you off the hook.
Yay!
This
We're
time,
not going to
only
prison.
because this time I can let you get away with it safely. I doubt anyone will notice your manipulation of that NSFPD ROM, nor that I was apparently in two places at once. But mostly because I think you're right.
She thinks I'm right. Mom, you hear that? Someone thinks I'm right. Stop it, Mom! Mom said some mean things.
Someone higher up in the department is trying to delay any search into Hayden's disappearance. Here's the story. Apparently, the investigations you ran into this morning were about the lock on the apartment door being reported broken by a neighbor. The building couldn't reach Hayden, so they went ahead and got it fixed on their own, but the NSFPD sent a bot to check things out and guard the place for a while afterward, right? Standard procedure, treating it as a break-in. Have someone there for when Hayden shows up. Obviously, you and I know there's a bigger story, but when I filled out the missing person report, I was informed in no uncertain terms that I am to wait an entire 48 hours before I can upgrade the existing case. Why? Just on the off chance the door being busted and Hayden being missing are unrelated and my search screws something up for the completion of the break-in report.
Yeah, that's somebody trying to cover things up.
As if. There's a problem if you're so by the book you're getting paper cuts. And that was before all of this happened. The chief's not happy about whoever took the bot out. That's who they're after now. They won't even care if Hayden never shows.
Today's assault and the vandalization of our apartment will only make the entire situation more confusing and sensitive for the police.
I love the music. This game has phenomenal music. It's a fantastic
There's too many
story.
moving parts to piece anything
I
together.
love it
and
so
it's
much
not
so
fun
far.
trying to argue
so
with the
good. Why
bureaucrats
haven't I
that one
played
thing
this
happened over
earlier?
another. These little incidents of smashing shit and spray paint sound more like Froyo Stand 2.0 to them than a serious abduction.
And I suppose I won't be very useful as a witness to the kidnapping without explaining the makeup of my being to the entire department.
Next time I save, I'm
only
gonna take
scandalize
a.
things
Next time I
further.
can save, I'm gonna take a
Darn
short
it
break.
all.
Put on some. Yeah, I'll just leave the chill jams going in the background. But I do need to get some lunch in me, as well as I'm gonna put on some shoes because the basement recently flooded. And because of that, the padding underneath the carpet down here has gotten gone. It's broken, destroyed, and they've removed it. So because of that, I'm
Well, it's
basically
not being
standing
squashed
on
completely.
cement. My feet hurt.
So I don't think
I'm
anyone's
gonna
been
put on
bought.
shoes that don't hurt because I want to be standing, not sitting, because I've been sitting for a while and it was uncomfortable.
But until there's undeniable proof Hayden was taken by force, they're gonna care more about the poor doorknob and some paint on the walls than him being missing. Which means somebody definitely has some influence, enough to buy themselves time by forcing me to follow protocol to a T. Not that I will, but I'm gonna have to keep things quiet.
It sounds like it's going to be up to us.
Yeah, so stop messing around.
Stop messing around. Bend over. Okay, bending over. Oh, you're just saying my name again. I'm
There's
getting
certainly a
confused. I'm
story
not
here.
very
If
smart.
you keep botching your moves, you'll blow it.
My name is Bend Over.
I'd really rather you not be involved at all.
Well,
But I
too
know that
bad.
isn't gonna happen at this point.
You know who's always at the front of a crime scene? It's me, journalist Bend Over.
I've got a bad feeling people are gonna end up dead over this. I don't want you to be one of them, buddy. And I really don't want to be the one making that call to your sister. Please. Yeah, I know. Just here.
Zapper added to items.
Take this. Use it if you have to.
It's not. This is a medium-range electrolaser pistol. It uses a low-power laser to create a channel of ionized gas to complete a circuit between the gun and the target, then discharges a considerable amount of current into the air. Think of it as a wireless taser of the older variety.
Huh, okay, cool.
This is a more suitable personal defense weapon, and it is legal to carry in the OSF without a license. The neural scrambler we were attacked with uses a powerful electromagnetic field to disrupt electrical signals in the target's nervous system. That's far more dangerous and prone to be permanently damaging to the target. You got lucky.
I told you to get a weapon, but you didn't, so I picked it up on the way here. Be smart with it. Me either.
Bend over. Okay. Bending over. Oh, you're just saying my name again. Sorry. I'm the head of journalistic integrity.
I'll be in touch if I find anything out, but don't hold your breath. My superiors are gonna keep leaning on me to... Back to the grind, I guess. See ya.
Bye, Lexi. I will stay safe. You too. Bye.
Thank you for your time, Detective Rivers. You should talk to the receptionist and formally check out before we go anywhere. We should also look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Mr. Decker. He should be somewhere around.
Alright, so take a short break, get some food and meat, and then we'll be back. glue guys. Do you like the chilled out grooves? I sure know I like the chilled out grooves. We're coming back into it. There we are. All right.
Hello, the name's Leon Decker. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Leon.
Fairlight messaged ahead that I needed to pass one of his cards on to you. Here.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking your time with him. He really gets in one of his moods when the chair's getting fixed. The last gala he organized was full of unsavory types. He's probably happy to help folks whose pockets aren't deeper than their thoughts. Yeah, boss said you'd have a few for me. I'm not really supposed to answer anything too private, but take your best shot. Oh, mostly gopher work, to be honest. Started when I was just out of the military. I was looking for a gig from someone who wouldn't care that I was an army brat. North Korea made that hard. The old man pays me to guard his life, run a few errands for him, and play substitute arm candy at most of the charity galas. Not terribly exciting, but I've already had enough excitement to last me another 30 years.
It's a fair point.
You think sitting in that chair all day is very entertaining? You know, the old man's talked to me about the things he used to do in his glory days. I'm sure he told you about when he was the head of some big companies.
Yep, it did. It was
He
nice.
was
Good
cold,
conversation.
ambitious, and took down anyone with half a mind to get in his way. I think once he aged, he realized how lonely that kind of life can be. Helping people's the only way he can feel like he's still doing something.
It's fair. It's a fair point.
But hey, what do I know? I just spend all my time with him.
I like you, Leon.
Probably not as exciting as you hope. I grew up in Montana, on a family farm. I didn't have my pa's farm hands, so I joined the military as soon as I could, like my grandpaps. Came home looking to do something a whole lot quieter for the rest of my life. I didn't know at the time how boring quiet could be. But hey, I'll take it over getting shot at.
Yeah.
No problem.
Bend over. Okay,
I'll be around,
Oh,
if you know
said
it.
my name again. Sorry, I'm not smart.
You have a good day
excuse
now.
me. Just have another heart attack, apparently. Not actually having a heart attack. That's not good.
Patient? My records indicate that you have been admitted for possible cranial trauma.
Yep. That's me.
You should currently be in your assigned bed, resting. While I am truly delighted to see that you have regained consciousness, I must insist that you return to your room to
Hi,
be
Annie, how you
examined by a
doing?
medical professional immediately. I must insist that you remain for treatment. A doctor has not determined the full extent of your injuries, and you may have lasting damage to your nervous system. Very well. I am prohibited by law from detaining you here against your will, patient. But you should note in your release paperwork that willful early termination of medical services releases this hospital and its parent company, ZHC, from legal liability should your condition persist or worsen outside of our care.
That sounds delicious. I ate a sandwich and now I'm eating a dessert with Oreo.
Additionally, all test and medical data from your visit will be shared with our standard partners to help improve our services and offerings and to keep the price affordable. I am further required to inform you that this visit has expended the last of your year's governmentally mandated healthcare credits.
No, not my government mandated healthcare credits.
Lastly, you will be required to provide payment or proof of private insurance for any further visits for routine or emergency medical care. Please take care to fill out all forms thoroughly and accurately. And do have a nice day.
Should just left.
Your medical billing makes me glad I'm synthetic. You should look for more paying journalism work before you get shot again. Well, we're free to leave. Why not head back? I'm sure you'd like the chance to shower at least.
My shower doesn't
For
work.
such a clean place, it sure seems to have left you feeling foul.
Physically, mentally, and journalistically refreshed.
You look good.
Thank you.
If you're feeling up for it, we should go find Tomcat and tell them about what... They should still be waiting for us at Stardust. Let's not keep them waiting.
Sure, let's do it.
Oh, by the way, while you were showering, I was able to replant your Crassula ovata.
Thank you.
Don't forget to talk to it and give it some love. When I try talking to it, it doesn't even notice I'm there. Either way, our next move is Stardust.
Good, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
With more of that, we'll surely be on the way to lush greenery in...
Alright, where's Tomcat? Tomcat's at the Stardust Club, let's go! You've seen me already, Bouncer, I'm going in.
Welcome to Stardust.
Thank you, Bouncer Man.
Sorry, I don't think we've met before. I'm Gus.
Hi, Gus.
You have a really cool ROM. How's Stardust treating you? Well, that's good, but we can do better than not bad. Let me know how we can help. Majid may not have a memory for mixed drinks, but he loves listening to his patrons' problems. You'll have to let me or him know if you need any help. We try to run a tight ship around here. Okay, I'm gonna get back to this, but don't feel bad if you need to interrupt me for something.
Thanks, Gus. Gus is nice.
Sure thing. Enjoy the bar.
I am. There's Tomcat. Well, hello.
Hey, y'all. How goes the search?
Not great. I got shot.
Shit. Well, I can't say I saw that one coming. I figured that they'd nab anything they needed the first time they hit the place. Huh. Any ideas who it could have...
The walls had been spray painted with many grotesque human revolution slogans.
Like down with technology! Fuck cosmetics!
It is possible that Hayden was
Pure!
targeted by the organization
Nothing but
for his
pure
work with
human is
Parallax.
allowed! No Irish!
While my development may have been a secret, he is rather well known for his work on virtual intelligence data.
That stands for virtual intelligence data.
A layman would not understand the critical differences between myself and a VI. Nor do I think the average Human Revolution member would care to make the distinction. Equally likely, it is an effort to throw us off the trail of who's actually done this.
Throw us off the trail of who's actually done this. Oh no, what a shame.
Right. Dr. Fairlight was very kind to point us in the direction of the Human Revolution protest leader.
So Annie, this is
Hopefully we'll be
day
able to
one
get to the
of my
bottom of
plan
this after interviewing
to
him.
beat every game that I have on Steam. Every single one. If I can play it to a
Yannick
credit
Fairlight.
sequence, excluding games like
When'd you run into him?
Stardew Valley, Subnautica and stuff like that, which are they're story-based games, but they're very long and they're not really focused on the story so much as they're focused on the experience that you're playing them. And they could take months to finish the game because you're just doing stuff. So excluding those, I'm going to be playing and beating every game on Steam.
We were ambushed at the apartment and got
That is
hit with some
completable.
kind
So
of
like no
neural stunner.
Dead by Daylight, I'm not gonna bother playing. I'm not gonna bother playing like Killing Floor 2 unless I'm playing them like with other people and having fun. But my goal is to beat all the story games that I have on my Steam.
What? Are y'all okay?
Yes, we made it to the nearby hospital, and Dr. Fairlight happened to be occupying the same room we were placed in. We had a discussion with him about Hayden's situation, then came here.
Well, shit. Things sure are getting more serious than I first thought.
Yeah.
Y'all need to keep a sharp eye out. Being attacked means the bastards know you're looking now.
I'm confident in our ability to push on.
I can't say I know much about the man. Fairlight always was a bit of a shut-in, even back when he ran System 1, his old company. He didn't make any more public appearances after the merger between them and Parallax, but he was still working with them for 6 or so years past that. Nowadays, he shows up in the news once in a blue moon for some charity thing or another. But, well, it's all just rumor, but I've heard he holds a grudge about it hotter than the Clantons after the Earps.
Hey, Tomcat. What the fuck does that mean?
I'd take care to look this particular horse in the mouth real close if I was you.
Please let me know. The fuck does that expression mean? I don't understand. The fuck.
Good. Now to lighten the mood.
Lighten the mood! Oh, sorry. Thought we were dancing.
While y'all were chasing your tails, I managed to find a way into the Parallax network.
Nice!
Once I'm in, I should be able to dig out Hayden's personal info file easily enough, including anything related to him on all security clearance levels.
Nice!
If Parallax is anything on Hayden's situation, it'll be in there.
Fantastic, Tomcat. I knew Hayden's faith in you was not misplaced. How long do you think it will take you?
6,000
Well, that's
years!
where the rubber meets the road. Parallax actually has considerably better net security than the last time I cracked in. I'm gonna need physical access. I've got a good idea where a node for us to slice into is, but it ain't exactly in a nice part of town. In fact, police have basically wrote it off as a lost cause. Not enough profit in it. I know Jess has some contacts in that area. She's that girl that chewed you a new rear when y'all first came here.
No, I know, she was cute. Bit cat-like, but cute.
Yeah, it's a tough sale, but she might be able to help y'all get in and out of that part of the city without ending up in a parts bin at an organ shop.
I don't like this plan anymore. I don't want to be in a parts bin in an organ shop.
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit. Bender. Oh, yeah, Bender. Oh, you're just saying my name again. I'm sorry. I'm not smart, but I am the head of journalism.
I need a little time to get all my tools together to slice into Parallax's
Bend
network,
over.
but
Head
keep
of
me updated.
journalistic integrity.
Maybe y'all get lucky and find that data cache too. But I ain't gonna count on it. Jess is still hanging around here at Stardust, but I saw her head over to the VIP room. It's hybrid night and she's a popular gal. Just please remember to play nice or her friends will thump you something fierce. I'll send Jess a message letting her know that y'all are looking for some assistance and we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Tomcat.
Sure thing, huh? I've got to head on out of here and get started on setting up a run. Just have turn, let me know when y'all are ready.
Oh, I see Jess over there behind some... Let's go over and say hi to her.
Oh, hell no. Look, I'm really trying to have a good time today, and the Human Revolution crud muffins have made that very hard for me. And your interrogation this morning took a bad day to worse. I asked around about you, Journo, and I don't have anything to say to you. The last thing I need is you prodding at me without telling me you're press. Besides, the VIP section is only for hybrids and friends on hybrid night, and no way am I vouching for you. Hey, bouncer! We got a capital A asshole over here!
You heard her. Let's go.
Rude as shit.
How rude! She didn't even give us a chance to explain our... We have to get back in there and try to be reasonable. Surely she will see the importance of our task once we've explained everything. But that bouncer probably won't let us back in. Perhaps we should try befriending someone nearby and convince them to vouch for us? It's a statistical long shot, but the worst case scenario shouldn't leave an excessive amount of physical damage.
That's what I like, lack of excessive amounts of physical damage, because I don't want to be punched in the face. Hello, I want to play you. Yes, I scan my ID and play Mega Provenance. Yeah, look at this Let's Play instead of a Let's Play. Mega Bubba Score.
Hooray! You survived! Those ghosts will think twice before messing with you again. Good thing, too.
Yay, I'm a winner. Oh, hi. Sorry, I don't really feel like talking. It's been a long day. Maybe after I've had a few drinks with me? Maybe I'll get something better. Okay, better drink it is. Hello, Majid! I would like to have a drink.
Hey, good to see you back. What can...
I'd like a drink, please.
What are you having? Remind me, what's in that?
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says...
Oh, I got this, sweetie.
Wait,
Sometimes I think I'm just holding up the bar rather than running it.
No, I just memorized all the drinks. You're better with the customers. This one is...
Just whiskey, no ice, no mixer, straight. With a cold stone to chill it if needed. Seriously, babe.
Thank you, hon.
Sounds good.
Here you go.
Thank you, homie. Whiskey served!
Give me a few minutes.
How did you know what I was planning on ordering? Well, at least keep me company while I...
You gave her the drink!
I'm Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin. My name's Ben Dover. It seemed like you were alone for a while.
I'm usually a lot more sociable. Things have just been rough today.
Tell me about your strife, baby. Tell me about your troubles.
My brother's going through gene therapy. He still has to go in at least twice a week for health and maintenance. There are Human Revolution protesters outside the clinic, making it even harder for him. They're always outside, harassing anyone coming in. It's exhausting. No one else lives around here, so I'm kind of all he's got. But it's not a big deal. He'll be done with the main set of treatments in a few weeks, and we'll be free of them.
Good.
I just feel bad for everyone else they're messing with. Aw, thanks a lot. I'm lucky to have him. So, there's plenty of people here. What made you want to talk with me? Oh geez, this really is my favorite drink. I have to wake up early for class, but I'm at the club, so I guess I'm already too deep in.
Oh really? What are you studying?
Graphic design with a focus on advertising. I even get to do some local stuff.
Nice!
Trying not to brag, but the Zone 3 ad on the bar is totally my doing.
You go, girl!
I have some really good client relationships locally, and there's so many interesting people too. Like you.
She thinks I'm interesting. Hear that, Mom? I'm interesting! Oh, okay. I'll go back to doing whatever I was doing.
Hey, it's been really nice talking to you, but I kind of feel like dancing now. You want to come with me to the VIP area in the back? I have some friends who might be over there. We can hang out with them. They'll like you. Great, let's go.
Yeah, Caitlin! In with the VIP!
Didn't I say to beat it?
We're guests of Caitlin. She said we could join her.
All right. But it's on her if you can't stay on.
I don't want to hurt Caitlin.
Hey! You have an incoming call, priority marked as urgent.
Well, hope you come by again.
Excellent. Sorry for making up the call. I'm still getting used to the whole subterfuge. However, we can take another run at having a conversation with Jess. We have a dragon to slay.
This is exactly what I needed to get my mind off things.
I'm ashamed to say I've gone on a few assy spike benders in my time.
All right, let's dance it! Yeah!
And you're back. You know, as soon as I first saw you, I hoped you'd be dropped like a bad packet off the mesh net and I'd never have to see you ever again. So of course, I just got off the phone with Tomcat, practically begging me to help you out. You aren't so good at the long-term play thing, are you? You mean you don't stick both feet in your mouth every time you talk to a hybrid?
No,
Surprising.
no, really, no. Only one foot.
Let's just get one thing straight here. I'm only willing to talk to you because I owe Tomcat. I don't owe you shit. So if you want my help, you gotta do something for me. If you got a problem with that, tough. My neighborhood, my help, my rules.
That's fair.
What I don't need is you kissing my fuzzy ass. Only people I like get to do that. I'm not buying it anyway. I need you to break up those Human Revolution protests. The ones at the Genus Clinic on Market Street. I'd like this handled with some stealth. Not that I expect you to know what discreet means.
Nope, I don't. My name's Bend Over.
Either way, just get it done. I got clients in the middle of treatment cycles, and this media circus is making their lives difficult. That means it's making my life difficult. Let the bastards go march somewhere else, like Washington. Not here. I'm just great. I'm peachy. My clients get harassed and beaten on the daily. I don't have the time or money to help them all, and I have jackasses like you bothering me on my one day off. So, you gonna braid my fur, and we can talk about all our problems and boys we like? Whoop-de-freaking-do, you figured it out. Well, fine. Have it your way. You want to know what my deal is?
Yes.
You really want me to get sappy?
Yep.
Skin cancer. Stage 3. My prognosis was so advanced that the doc said my bones were already lost. So I had to do something drastic. Completely restart my biology from scratch. You ever seen someone with a severe gene splice? From something freaky, like an insect? That's where hybrid tech began, you know. Where my therapy started. You can't imagine what it's like to have children cry from just looking at you. When people just see you and sprint the other direction. I had police following me everywhere I went. I lost my apartment. I lost my dignity. Eventually, I was lucky enough to qualify for the cute kitty cat cure to override the expression of the chitin. It changed my life. I have my job and purpose because of it. The fur doesn't scare the rest of the world too much to let me exist. Better an otaku's fluffy wet dream than the monster from a horror VR drama from Japan. My mom still can't look at me straight. Not to get even mushier, but as a kid, she would sing me a song as she counted all the freckles on my face. She hasn't let that go. You know how your folks look at you when they figure out you finally had sex or did crash? It's like that. All the time. Oh, now you're sorry. You haven't even heard the worst part yet. The amount of gene therapy I underwent exceeded the limit that the Human Protection Act allows for procreation. So yeah, the government freaking spayed me, if it all wasn't hilariously dark enough. First I'm too ugly to look at, now I'm too screwed up to breed. Saving my own life forfeited my right to be a person. The Human Protection Act. Ha! Apparently protecting humans doesn't include me. Only genotypicals could live in this city and truly think they're the ones who need some protection the most.
This is really sad.
In any case, I had some clean eggs frozen and we'll whip them out whenever I'm ready. Except keeping that shit on ice costs. And my insurance decided to just not pay up. due to the elective nature of my feline gene therapy. So I took those bastards to court and won. And I've been doing the same thing for everybody else ever since. So, there you go. I got cancer, super science fixed me up and left me a freak, and then the government sterilized me so I wouldn't go out and make more little monsters. And everyone else gets to be the winner by default. Happy now? How's your savior complex doing? This is getting you off? Yeah, I am. Now show me that you're on the right side. I'll be watching. Break up those protests, and then we'll talk.
Yes, ma'am. God. I got heavy real quick.
All right, it sounds like we know what we... Let's go to Market Street and break up those protests for Jess.
Yep. Coming to Market Street. Break up those protests for Jess. Good lord.
Well, there are the protesters. I have to admit that I still find the vandalism of Hayden's apartment puzzling.
Yeah, she really has. She's not had it good. The hybrids are just, they're not having a good time, and I sympathize greatly.
The protests themselves have been entirely peaceful so far. And the human revolution, regardless of the flimsy philosophical ground they stand on, are not a group known for projecting their ideology through unlawful means. The more I research them, the more I have to admit to the statistical conclusion that we're either dealing with a deceptive covert operation scenario, or less likely, a radical splinter group. Still, I doubt it will hurt to ask around. Brian Mulberry is there in the center. Fairlight said he was the one to talk to, and my mesh searches confirm that he is the leader of the local chapter of the Human Revolution organ. He's a bit player on the national scene, but he seems charismatic and camera conscious from the video clips I've reviewed.
Alright, let's fucking punch him in the throat.
Perhaps we could use that to our advantage?
Yeah, he deserves a throat punch. That's what we're gonna do to our advantage, is throat punch him.
Hello there! Would you like to hear about the dangers of our country's unchecked use of genetic modification? I have pamphlets. Here, take one. Oh, yes, Yannick called and said something about an investigation into an apartment break-in.
Yeah, you fuckers decided to fuck everything up!
He didn't elaborate, and I'm not sure how I might be able to assist. But if Yannick is involved, I'll do whatever I can. How can I help?
We found Human Revolution graffiti spray painted all over the apartment, and some things were stolen. I was hoping you might be able to point us in the direction of whoever did it.
Ah, well, the Human Revolution certainly does not condone such actions at all. We're a peaceful organization, and threatening people is not going to earn us hearts and minds.
So is the Westboro Baptist Church, but you don't see them doing fucking... but you don't see them not doing that shit.
But, off the record, some of our younger members can be a bit overzealous, as any hot-headed teenager tends to be. I'll look into this matter personally, and if I discover that any of our younger members were involved, they'll be turned in to the proper authorities. I'll also let Yannick know anything I find out.
That's nice, thank you.
Is there something else I can help you with?
Yeah.
What questions can I answer for you? We hope to educate the public about the dangers of rapid technological advancements. We want to warn the country away from thoughtlessly accepting every scientific discovery we make, before it's too late. We used to say that splitting the atom would surely bring about the end of humankind. now we're changing the very things that make us human, our biology, with nothing to ensure our safety. The revolution we're after is humanity as a whole making the decision to remain as we were created, and return to how we lived before genetic science put us on the wrong course.
And you have every
This world
right
is
to make that
Icarus,
decision for yourself,
flying too
and
close
yet
to
you
the sun.
decide you want
It's
to
only a
impose on
matter
other
of time
people.
before our arrogance, just because we can. Genetic modification is one of the most... It's playing God on the highest order and threatens to unseat what humanity is altogether. Cybernetics is a dangerous path as well, selling off pieces of ourselves bit by bit for mechanical strength and resilience. But at least a brain-controlled android is still a human brain, even if in a metal box. There is a reason Congress enacted laws prohibiting highly modified hybrids from breeding. Now, I do not fault the individuals who come here for treatment, many of whom are disabled and deathly ill. If you ask me, genus isn't the kind of therapy they all need.
It can be, though. Like, you're just such
However,
a fuck.
we must take a stand against the medical research industry that would have us cast aside our humanity for their miracles. At our core, we are a peaceful movement and seek only to convince people to vote according to the truths we reveal to them.
So you harass people.
The human revolution has faith
who have
that
no
American
choice
democracy will win out
to go
in
to
the
these
end.
clinics to get help that they need.
It falls to us to make sure that people are informed about the daunting and confusing technologies they put their senseless faith into every day. On a personal level, we would like to exhort every individual to try and live more simply and reject any gadget or medicine that would make us less than we are. Is there something else Of course! If you have any other question...
You clearly missed doing real journalism. I'm impressed. I think you're starting to get back into the hard-boiled investigative journalist thing.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll get lucky enough to turn up a new lead, even if this one didn't pan out like we'd hoped. Ah, Harry Golden. How fitting to use a quote from a newspaper publisher, and I agree with the sentiment.
How fitting, yes, how
More
fitting.
leads will find us, should we seek them out. Don't forget, we're still here to actually break up these protests. Let's make sure to look around and think carefully. Let's not. Two's company, three's a cloud. This kind of ROM requires an RFID key to access it. It appears to be owned by the nearby Hassie Bar.
Meow!
Aw, that is the What kind of model is it? Where did you get it? It's so moe. Oh wow, you don't see a whole lot of those around.
It's because I'm rich,
Must
bitch.
have taken ages to get that case looking that good. With the home. I'm impressed. Anyway, what can I get you? A drink I can do, and I guess The protesters outside the clinic are driving off a lot of my regular customers. Filling up my bathroom too, jerks.
Yeah, they are jerks. Fuck them.
So, what do you want to know?
Game! It's a good game. It's a fun game.
It does a good job, huh? Yeah, that's mine. Well, technically, it's property of Hassy Holdings. We spent some mints on it, but the rest of the block helps pitch in for maintenance costs since I usually set it to patrol the... You should check it out when we do Christmas and... It can cover the whole street in snow, as long as it's cloudy enough to keep the sun off. Sort of like today. Sorry, but that thing cost me way too many credits to let just anyone... I would need to see some serious credentials. You know, enough to make sure you can afford to replace it if... Otherwise... Oh, I never introduced myself, did I?
Hi, Ramona.
I guess there isn't much to tell. I went to college, got a degree, took out a loan, and bought this place. Now I spend my days trying to find enough time and money to sustain my VR drama addiction. My priorities are justice, cute stuff, and magical girls. In that order.
It's a good priority.
What else? I pretty much don't... Look, they've got the right to protest, but I don't have to like it. Once they're done with the hybrids, I know they'll be coming for me next. So I'll be voting appropriately. And if I have to unclog one more toilet because of an entitled, bigoted jerkface, I will lose my goddamn mind!
That's fair.
Oh, you can't tell? I've got a cybernetic arm and leg, thanks to an autocap crash when I was a kid. I also got Neuralinks for VR interfacing. If it was up to those dinosaurs, I'd be stuck in a wheelchair right now. Or worse, depending on how far back they want to push our medical technology. It's already illegal for me to have a rocket-powered fist. What more do they want?
That's a good point. Why don't you have a rocket? I want Ramona to have a rocket-powered fist!
Sorry, but that thing... I would need to see some serious... You know? Otherwise... Okay, enjoy... Dr. Yannick Fairlight. I've heard of him. Why are you giving me his card?
Yes! He's getting on in years, and it would be useful for when he goes out and about. That's why we wanted to see it before.
Yeah, okay. I guess you can take a peek. Don't bust it, though. I scanned this card, and I swear if you break my ROM, I'll be calling your boss. Here's the RFID key.
Thank you. This will sure... Shall we go check it?
I'm not trying to break your thing. Just want you to know that.
This ROM has multiple different Maybe we could make things a little more festive. Christmas is my favorite. Should I switch it to snow mode?
Yeah, let's turn this baby on!
It's snowing? Okay, people, I for one didn't bring any winter wear. Let's call it a day for now.
Yeah, go ROM!
Excellent work! While I still have doubts about the moral superiority of using subterfuge to disperse a protest, And to be frank, considering how the human revolution is clearly working against my personal interests, I won't waste many clock cycles
The name makes you giggle every time. I know. It's awesome.
Might I draw your attention to those youths over yonder?
Ah, yes, the youths.
Counterculture clothing, obvious bad attitudes, and graffiti paraphernalia. Those could be our suspect. Right. We should approach them cautiously as to not start a confrontation. They may even point us to the true culprits. Oh no, they've noticed our attentions. We'll never catch them on foot. Hold on, I'm calling for an auto. I know it seems a great deal of trouble for such a tenuous lead, but the wicked flee when no man pursueth. The auto cab is estimated to take 5. We'll never be able to engage in pursuit. Perhaps we should call Tomcat. Maybe they can do some bit of techno. Excellent!
Tomcat, I love you. You're my
Hold
favorite.
on while I connect us.
I'm waiting. I'm holding.
Howdy, folks.
Howdy!
How's the search for the data cab?
Actually, that's what we're calling about, Tomcat. We may have located the perpetrators, but they eluded us and are making their escape in an auto cab. We attempted to use a cab of our own to tail them, but it hasn't arrived and they're getting away. Can you hack the cab and...
No can do, little guy. Security on those cabs is tight, and the dang thing will shut down its external net connection long before I get in. Unless... Oh, I have an idea. Sit tight for... Alright, I went faster than spit on a skillet. I did a job a few years back and had to break into the city's central traffic network. Do me a favor and don't ask why. The back door I drilled into that long ago is still wide open. I'm logging into the traffic management system now.
Nice.
Wait. Oh, shit. They may not have fixed that back door, but they did install a new counter-intrusion VI. Oh, the damn thing is hot on my tail. I gotta take care of this VI. I'm gonna need the two of you to handle the traffic system. Turin, I'm passing control to you. Hold tight. I'm gonna be doing some 2 sets of hands on 1 keyboard kind of hacking.
Go.
Just push on the map and loading up on Turin's face. Sorry, Turin.
Ooh, they're on the move!
Here's how it works. Use your display map to keep track of their cab and redirect it back to you. You can trigger traffic nodes at intersections so the cab thinks the streets are blocked off. Do it right, and you should be able to steer them right back to you. You just gotta make sure to stop them where you're at, or else they'll just go running off on foot. I'll put a goal marker on the map for you. You can trigger any node on the map at any time, so plan ahead. I'd say you'll have time for 2 moves every time they hit an intersection. If they go off the map, though, you'll lose them. Block every road that leads out of our grid, and watch the places with 3 exits you can't all cover in one go-around. Just hurry. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep this VI from messing on the carpet, and once I kill the connection, this old trick is over.
I'll tap into the cab control node they're currently arriving at. Our top priority is to ensure they cannot leave the area Tomcat's given us access to. I'll mark the southern exit as closed first. We only have time to block off 2 routes before the autocab will make a decision and move. We shouldn't block the route back here. We have to stop them where we can catch them.
I know.
Once you get them back here, press the big button on top of the map to shortwire the autocab. Be careful. If you stop their ride anywhere else, they'll just run off.
I know!
What do you think our next move should be?
Turn, I can't have you talking. It's messing with the signal.
It's up to you now. Don't let those punks escape, and don't... We can access any of the control nodes in the area at any time. Plan ahead, and we should be able to get them. Got it? We've got them
Easy
now.
peasy.
Let's go! I'm gonna go stop them, and then we can interrogate the
Time to interrogate some miscreants! Sup, miscreants?
What the hell do you want? Who do you think you're messing with, huh?
Bunch of angry punks like you, motherfucker! What are you messing with?
You ain't got nothing on us. And if you don't get out of my way, I'll mess you up.
Hey, what do you think we should do? We haven't observed them doing anything illegal, and we could potentially make this go over smoothly. Or we could share news of this encounter with Lexi before things get out of hand. These two seem agitated already, and it may be best to make sure they're handled by the appropriate authorities.
No, then they'll run, they'll beat us up.
Those are the options I deduced. It's up to you. We just have a few questions for you, sirs. If you'd be so kind as to give us a few minutes of your time.
Did you not hear what I...
Maybe we should just answer their questions. I mean, we didn't do anything wrong, right?
Right! We ain't got nothing to hide.
We're newbie street artists.
These are the tools of our trade.
These are the tools of our
These
trade!
are all above board and legal. We just got done making a piece for a client.
That's right! We're artists! You a cop? 'Cause if you ain't, we ain't got nothing in the bag! Running? Who was I running from? You calling me a coward?
I don't think that's what they were insinuating.
That's right, nervous punk.
Right! We just got places to get to, and gotta go fast! You're...
Enough! Stop assuming you can misdirect us with blustery words and feigned ignorance. I've matched the hues of those paints and the patterns of the bottom of your shoes with 95% accuracy to the scene of Hayden Weber's apartment. Now tell us what you were doing there and why you stole Hayden's data cache.
Now you're accusing us of stealing? What?
Chad, I think they're onto us. Maybe we just answer their questions so they don't go to the cops?
Hi, Chad.
Damn it, Oliver! I told you I'm Starfucker now!
Starfucker! I want that name!
I only went along with this because you said we would go to a movie. I don't even care about this human revolution stuff. Just because your dad...
Don't talk about my dad. Fine. Whatever. We'll answer your friggin' questions. man, no big reason. I mean, he's a big hotshot researcher at Parallax, right? We heard a rumor his place was empty. Who's gonna pass up a sweet target like that? We don't need any more of this tech shit, like your lippy Rom over there.
Kidnapped? He's been kidnapped?
Shit, we ain't got nothing to do with that. We just sliced the door controls and trashed the place. Wasn't nobody there. I told you we didn't steal nothing.
Be quiet, Chad. I don't want to go to juvie. Here, you can have it.
Data cache added to items!
Okay, well, thanks.
Yeah, whatever. Just get out of my way.
We hope you find that Hayden guy. And we're real sorry. We weren't trying to hurt anyone.
I know, Oliver.
All right, let's go catch that movie.
Great! Can we get dinner first?
Sure, whatever you want.
Starfucker Oliver, sitting in a tree. S-T-A-R-F-U, say key-R. Yeah.
That's not right. I'm certain I deactivated Snow. Incoming call from Tom.
Hey, folks. Jess just called and told me she has a clear way to the access node. She'll get you inside, and I'll walk you through connecting me so I can access the Parallax network. Did you get the data cache?
Yep.
Yes, those punks happen to have it.
Oh, great. We don't have time to worry about it right now, though. Go to Stardust and drop it off with Majid for me, okay? He'll hold it to pass on to me once I get... I managed to trigger an alert within Parallax's network security, and they're going to be moving their logs from one secure server to another. I need y'all in place of that access node before they do. No time for lollygagging.
No problem, Tomcat. We'll make our way there directly after we return to Stardust. We can worry about the weather, Romsmouth. Let's go.
I'm actually going to be ending my stream right here. 3.5 hours seems like a good amount of time. I got stuff I need to do. I want to play guitar and stuff before Rachel gets home. But we're going to end this here. I greatly appreciate you guys coming over. The save file is going to be called Starfucker. That's a great name. There we go. Yep, so there we go. This game is it's great. It's adorable. It's very fun. It's got a great story so far, and I'm really, really excited to continue playing it, which will probably be Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. I will see everybody next time. Bye!